Hello everyone and welcome to Kdh Art Class. We're continuing to work on positive and negative space, and we're still showing the importance of line in these projects, even though we're not going to be drawing the lines. We're simply going to be using a representative of the line, which are these little strips of construction paper. And we're going to be cutting the strips, so you'll need scissors and you will need your glue or a glue stick to attach the pieces of paper onto your background. Okay, those are our materials. So let's start focusing on positive space and negative space. Now, positive space is your subject. In this case, we're adding the papers. There's our little plus sign. That's positive. We're adding the papers on top. So that would be a positive because that is what we're creating. That's our subject. Okay. The negative space is what's around it. That is our black piece of paper. That is our background. And our positive space is the items that we add on top. Now, what you're going to add on top is entirely up to you. So, put your little art thinking caps on and think differently. I was just laying out some pieces of paper on top of my background here. Do you see the face? I couldn't help it. Once I started to add about 4 pieces there, I went, oh, I see a face, and I continued with it. He's got green eyes. He's got his little nose. He's got his eyebrows, his nose and his mouth. Okay, so what started as just an abstract nothing turned out to be the most adorable face you could imagine. And then, of course, you can do something that is more true to what it is. In this case, a flower. So I did a little daisy growing in the grass. Right. So let's take our papers. I am going to work on top of a different color because you can't see my little background here. We'll zoom it in just a little bit. Make sure you can see it nice and big. And we're going to make our little object. Your challenge is you're going to make it with the little strips of paper that you cut out. So again, you could just start cutting along the paper to make your little pieces. You can make them super skinny, you can make them thick, whatever sizes you need. You can make them long, you can make them short. But your challenge is you need to make something. Are you going to make a motorcycle or a bicycle? Are you going to make a car, a house, a person? What are you going to make? Once you decide what you're going to make, your challenge is to create it. And you might be using little pieces and long pieces. Let's see. I could be using some skinny pieces. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'm going to make this one look kind of like. Get my little triangles going here and there. And I would need just a bunch of super skinny ones. I have a feeling this is not going to turn out how I want it because I'm already thinking of like 5 other things that I'd like to do instead. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. And let's see if I can get another one going. Oh, if you have guessed bicycle, then I did something right or wrong here. Come on. Oh. Well, I would be gluing these on along the way. Oh. And then they wouldn't be slipping and sliding as much. Give myself a little seat. And add my handlebars. I think I'm even going to cheat and fold that one. Do my handlebars. Something up. And we would need some little pedals for your feet. Followed by the little mechanism. Like I said, you can go as skinny as you want. It's a bit long. There we go. So you got the little pedals going. And voila, one bicycle. Or a flower. Or a funny face. Or maybe you just want to combine things as you see them. And just make a beautiful collage of color. And start working on compositions based on feeling or an idea of something and not on something itself. That's kind of the whole abstract thing. All right, I want you to take your little pieces of paper, start figuring out what you're going to do. And once you've figured out what you're going to do, you're going to need to glue them onto your paper. Don't forget, always cut with the scissors facing away from you. When you use your glue stick, just rub it on there. Remember, put the glue on the piece of paper, not on your negative space, not your background. So I'm going to put it on my positive space. I am not going to squeeze very hard. I'm making sure the top of my glue bottle is touching the paper so it doesn't get very thick. It should not be a swimming pool dripping everywhere. Instead, just a little bit, just barely squishing it so it comes out. Just barely squishing it so it comes out. Glue sticks are great for beginners, especially in this project. Forget the fun little flames coming out of my little rocket ship here. Like I said, I had tons of ideas coming into my brain. It's just a matter of figuring out how to make them. And of course, I'm going to add some little windows. think 3 of them would be good. A little bit on here. Almost looks like a little house going into space. And I can even use pieces to fill in. Kind of did this in a backwards order, but you get the idea. We are just learning how to put things together and create our little artworks. I hope you enjoy creating your positive pieces on your negative background. So we have focused on our positive space and our negative space. Positive, I'm adding plus, plus, positive, positive, plus, plus, positive, positive on our negative background. Enjoy. Have fun creating. Don't forget to take a picture and submit your artwork when you're done.